Well, I'm Cedric Dallas. I'm originally from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Born and bred here. I left and went to Cincinnati, Ohio, where I attended college and graduated from the University of Cincinnati. Relocated back to Hattiesburg, my hometown, approximately 4.5 years ago. I went to the University of Cincinnati, and of course, I think that's the greatest university in the land. Um, got my BA in history from there and was working towards my master's degree when I decided to go ahead and get a job in corporate America. It was definitely a learning experience to be from my hometown that I love, small town Mississippi, and to find myself in Manhattan was definitely a learning experience for me. And that's where I went after college, worked for a few companies, and never once did I not get homesick. At least 4 times a year, I always came back home to visit my parents and, to get a feel of where I'm from. So the city life is for city people, and I'm a country boy at heart. I'm a country boy. My objective while I was working was to do just that: work, learn, travel, have different experiences, and I did that. And when you get homesick, when that calling is placed on you, you go home. And it gave me the opportunity to reconnect with my hometown and to be back under the watchful eye of my mother and my father. We have 5 generations here in Hattiesburg. My family is 5 generations strong here in Hattiesburg. So this is where my heart is. This is where I got my start. This is where my strength is. My inner strength is right here. And being from Hattiesburg helped me maintain and survive those northern metropolitan areas. Since I have been back, the first thing that I noticed was that this was not the Hattiesburg that I left. We're in need of better jobs, not just ordinary jobs, but gainful employment. We're missing the heyday when Hattiesburg made a difference to people's lives, when we had the pillar employers in the community like Hercules, Big Yank, Scott Paper Company, Murray Envelopes. The list goes on and on. And when those companies folded or relocated, we did not systematically have a plan in place to have another opportunity for the citizens of this great community. And what I want to do is work and form a partnership with the Area Development Partnership and the Forest County Industrial Commission, which is Hattiesburg's stable of the Chamber of Commerce. We don't have a Chamber of Commerce here, but those two entities are in of itself the Chamber of Commerce, and they are responsible in large part for the job creation for the Hattiesburg area. And I want to form a close partnership and instill trust where we can work together with the city council and bring jobs here. Now, the two main points of my campaign is job creation and a reduction in crime. Now, those two go hand in hand also, because if you have a stable economy, you automatically have a reduction in crime. If you look at statistical points from the Justice Department, you will see that if the economy is thriving or even sustained at a level where the people are happy, where they can make it, the crime just reduces probably about 75% from where we are now. Um, I think we're going to have to get back to the grassroots of being Americans and citizens. We have to get people to working. And again, not just working, but when you have gainful employment, that makes the difference. We have to have gainful employment. Since I've been back, the crime in Hattiesburg, I want to say, is surprising to me. but it's also hurtful. The crimes that are reported and that you hear about now, when I was coming up in Hattiesburg as a little kid, you didn't hear about those crimes. You know, if you did hear about them, you heard about them in some other city or some other state. But now that when they're in your own backyard, you as a citizen, you have a choice to make. And my choice was to run for office and try to better the employment and better the crime as far as the reduction in the stats that's coming out now. I'm running for city council in Ward 2. Ward 2 isn't what it used to be as far as the formation of the ward. It used to be a bunch formation where you could look at a map in a certain area. You could pinpoint one area and say, this is that particular ward. But this ward was actually gerrymandered by the Justice Department, so it's kind of scattered in large part east and southeast Hattiesburg. It covers the Mobile Street area, parts of Main Street, parts of the Grace Christian area, Grace Christian Elementary School, and then it jumps over to about the William Carey area on Tuscan Avenue. From what I've discovered now, it's really the largest ward of the 5 that currently exist. I tend to be a proponent, rather, of the mayor and ward formation that we have in Hattiesburg now, in contrast to the old formation of the mayor and 2 commissioners that we used to have, or however many it was. It was the mayor and commission form. So me being able to utilize my experience in working with these large conglomerates in corporate America, I would like to think that I know their language and to be able to make this city attractive when they get ready to relocate or open a subordinate office in a different area. Ward 2 includes, as far as the location, now it covers the area that we know of as the Gula. It covers the 9th Street ballpark area. And I'm not even sure if they have ball games over there anymore. And that's something that we may want to get back to also. When I was coming up, you used to take your family to watch ball games, minor league ball games at 9th Street ballpark. Again, it goes back over to the Grace Christian area. And these are parts of the original Hattiesburg area. Back when we had the brick roads that were used as paving. And again, it goes back over to William Carey and Tuscan Avenue, Cherry Street, and that area over there in general. And it used to be where the ward covers the pillars that I spoke about earlier in Hattiesburg. When we had Hercules, that was a powerhouse here. William Carey area, where we had Big Yank. Over on the bypass, where we have one of the oldest communities in Hattiesburg, in the Brickyard community, where Murray Envelopes was. And those industries and those buildings, the industries are gone and the buildings are empty. So we have to work together to find companies that are willing to come here, relocate here, and get our citizens back to work. I'm connecting with the people. And we have to remember as politicians that the job you hold belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to you. And if the people see fit to make a change, then so be it. And I think that's a large part of the problem that we have now. Politicians think it's their job, and actually what they're doing is holding a seat for the majority of the people that voted them there. It's the people's job. And they've appointed any particular person to do the will that they want done. And that's what being a politician is really all about. And I think somewhere along the way that's either been lost, forgotten, or ignored. And what I want to do is repair some of these community relations. We have to get back to being mindful of the other person's feelings. We have to do that. We got to repair community relations, we got to create jobs, and we got to get this crime reduced. We have to do those things. And in key positions, we have to hire and promote qualified people. I think nepotism is one of the most dangerous things you can encounter in the hiring process. It's very dangerous. If you have a platform, if you have a qualification list, and you're doing the hiring process, then follow your qualifications. Follow your own rules and your own guidelines. And I think that works out for everybody, and it'll put everybody in a win-win situation. If you have the opportunity to be in a win-win situation, then capitalize on that.